Hello everyone, I am Josh and welcome to this Sims 4 house building video. So today I am building a cozy family home here in whatever this world is. I believe it's Willow Creek. Yeah, so this house is called Willow Glen. I know that a glen is technically a small kind of valley with sometimes a river in it. And this is kind of a flat lot, but I like the sound of the name, so I ended up going with it. And there's also a large willow tree in the backyard, so there came the name Willow Glen. Yeah, so this house is a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom house, or it's technically 4.5 bathrooms, but we can call it 5 bathrooms. And it's a nice looking house. It's kind of low, which kind of gives it a cozy look, so I mean it's not like high wall heights. Right here at this point, I was trying to build it with a medium height wall on the lower floor, but it just looked better when it all had low walls, and it just kind of looked a little cozier that way. It didn't look kind of disproportional, so I think it just worked out for the best, really. Yeah, so this house kind of fits a more Tudor style. It wasn't my intention, but just kind of happened that way, so it's kind of I would call it a Tudor house for sure. It's kind of got the white plaster and the wood trim and all that kind of stuff, which you'll see. And yeah, so it's a kind of interesting looking house. We have all these, this roof, firstly the roof, I quite like. It's kind of got, kind of falls down over the sides. That doesn't make any sense, but you know, it's like angled roofs coming from the first floor up to the second floor roof, as you can see. I don't really know what it's called, I'm sure there's a name for it, but it looks pretty nice. I quite like it. And there's also this nice chimney in the back, which I'm really happy with. I put some ivy on it and it looks really cool, so you'll see that. And yeah, so right here putting in a little front porch, which I don't think I actually keep like that, but you know. And putting in some columns. So this is how I do a lot of the trim on this house. I use those columns from Get Together, and I put them on all the corners and stuff, and I put them all over the place, and it looks pretty good, so you'll see that, you know. Just quite a lot of those columns, and it just kind of looks like a nice trim, and I think it works pretty well, so you'll see that. I only have 2 columns there now, because I'm messing around with the roof so much. But when I finally get to putting the walls together, or not the walls, I mean the walls are technically together, but once I get around to painting the walls and stuff, you'll see I'll do that. So actually we're doing it now, here we go. So I use these black columns and I kind of put them all over the place. I might change the color of them, but I don't think I do. So, you know, it just kind of acts as a nice trim, and then when I put the white in, it definitely looks like, you know, kind of a Tudor style without using those Tudor wallpapers from Get Together, because I'm not a huge fan of them. For this kind of house, because I feel like they look a little bit too rustic. So I just kind of, you know, went for the columns, and I used some other trim, like the trim that goes in between levels and stuff, and like roof trim and a whole bunch of stuff, you know, a bunch of details and stuff that kind of make it look nice. So you'll see I'm just going to put the chimney there and just, you know, put some more trim on, all that good stuff. And yeah, I have to put like this floor under all the roofs and stuff, so you could actually put the trim there, which is kind of annoying, but you know, it's doing that now, and then we have trim. Voila. And yeah, so I'm going to put in, I think the windows, I don't know when the windows come in, but I do a lot of trim. I spend a lot of time on the trim and stuff, and then, oh, there we go. See, I'm messing around with the wall heights, and you can see this looks better with lower. So there we go. There's it with the lower height. Oh, I just put it up higher, but I'll move it back down. And there we go. So it just looks better with the lower height walls. I mean, it doesn't seem very grand when the walls are so low, but I think it just suited this house better, so that's what I ended up doing. And here I'm putting in some stone, which is some from the base game. It's pretty, you know, decent stone. I use a lot of it because, you know, this kind of house I feel like we have a lot of stone, and here I'm just putting in some more of those columns, also using some corbels. I figured out the name. Pretty sure it's a corbel. I think that's how it's, or corbel. I don't know how it's pronounced exactly, but that's what it's called. Those little things that kind of support overhanging rooms or roofs. That's what it's called. And I was going to make the house brown, but I thought it looked a little depressing. It was too dark, so I ended up going white, so you'll see that in a moment. Any second, who knows when, but relatively soon. I think I'll change it from, that's a really dark color I have right now, but I definitely change it to white, so you'll see it looks a lot better with the white. Going through a bunch of different front doors, I just end up settling on the one that I think I started out with, which is that one there. And putting in some windows. Yeah, I don't use those windows either. I don't think I use any get-together windows. I think all the windows in this house are from the base game, just because I thought it looked better. Here we go. There's the white, which looks quite a bit nicer. And I'm just going to put in some more columns and all that good stuff. Here I just kind of change out some of the columns on the first floor for some more intricate looking ones that have a bit more detail to them, just so it kind of looks a bit nicer. And here we're going to start with the windows now, which is pretty exciting. I'm going to expand the little thing over the front door there. You can see I'm just doing it now, like a little overhanging part, so I can put the shuttered windows there. You can see them there. I quite like those windows on these kind of houses. And here's the rest of the windows coming in. So you can see we have some nice arched windows as well. So like that large one downstairs, and there's some on either side, and it all looks good. Quite nice. And yeah, so I quite like it. I think it looks pretty good. It looks very interesting. I also put a lot of ivy on this house. I know not all of you like ivy, but it looks really nice on this house. I do quite a lot of it, and it just kind of makes it look kind of older and kind of more cozy, and I just like it. It's just nice. And yeah, so here comes some more windows and all that kind of stuff. I do spend quite a bit of time on windows, so you know, gotta make sure they all fit right. Putting them in here and there and everywhere. And oh yeah, here's the back porch, which I put in as well. It's nice, just a little spot for sitting and dining and stuff, which you'll see. And here comes the foundation, which I make brick later, but for now I just made it stucco. And this is the little greenhouse kind of room I have here, which has these nice large windows, arched windows, I believe. There they are. So these nice large arched windows on there, and it's very nice and bright in there. And also some nice windows for the living room and for the kitchen and the bedroom above it. And here we're going to put out the front stairs, which I make all brick, so you can see there. Lovely. And there's where I change the foundation color, and and also going to change the chimneys as well to brick. So here we're putting in the driveway, which is a very large circular driveway, which looks pretty fancy. There's also going to be a parking spot for a car. Obviously, it's not a real car, it's just a scaled up toy because this is The Sims 4. But, you know, this looks pretty nice. So you can see there's one half of the curve, and here comes the other half, and there you go. I quite like it. You know, this adds a little bit of fanciness to the house. There's the parking spot, and there's a little pathway kind of goes around there. And yeah, I'm also going to put a wall. So there's a wall, or it's really a hedge that goes around the house. And I have like little wall segments there on the corners. It looks pretty nice. It's also going to be a gate. It's on the side, and it just kind of makes it look fancier. Yeah, so I wanted to add a carport, but you can't when you have a house on a foundation because the roof won't work properly. So to balance out the greenhouse on the other side, I added a little room on this side of the house, which will end up being a bathroom. So, you know, that kind of worked out. So there's a little room on the left side of the house there. So it just kind of balances out the greenhouse. Otherwise, there was like this large room on one side that wasn't on the other side. So I kind of wanted to balance it out a bit. So yeah. And I think I said so in that sentence about 10 times or something ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, just messing around with the roof a bit there. And here's coming in some details, I think. Yeah, here comes the beginning of the ivy. I put so much ivy on this house. If you think I put a lot on the last house, well, I put more on this house, I bet. So it kind of grows up the side here. You can see it looks quite nice. And around the front a little bit, maybe not. I don't think I do that. No, I don't do that. Yeah, okay. And then it kind of wraps on the other side, I believe. Also some flower boxes, which look quite nice. And yeah, I quite like the flower boxes. I almost said bloxes, but I was trying to say boxes. Yeah, there's some around the greenhouse there. Also this back chimney I love. It kind of like winds up that chimney. It just looks so awesome. You can see it there. I love that. And there's some on this corner here, and there's also going to be some in the front there. So a lot of ivy, but it just looks so good. I love it on this kind of house. It just looks fabulous. So it turned out pretty good. And here I'm just going to do something up there. I don't think I put anything up there yet. I do change the wallpaper texture on the tops on those eaves of the roof, but that's at the very end. So you'll see that near the end. And here I'm putting in a little drain pipe, so it looks like there's a little bit of drainage happening. And yeah, so putting that in. Back door, 2 back doors. I think I used the ones I put in originally. Yeah, there we go. And I was going to change the column colors, but decided against it. And yeah, I think that's pretty much that done. So here's some stairs for the back porch and little fences and stuff. Looks quite nice. And yeah, there's also going to be a pool. I think that just came out as gibberish there. The first time I tried that. It's like, we're going to be a pool. Yeah, so there's also going to be a pool. So pretty cool pool. Which is a nice shape there, and also a little, whatever you call that, a gazebo. So a nice little gazebo there as well, which is quite fancy schmancy. And yeah, I quite like the landscaping. You'll see the landscaping. I think I start it in the beginning and then finish it at the end. So it's pretty fancy. I quite like it. There's also a little back door there off the greenhouse and some little windows up there, and it just looks quite good. And some more flower boxes around the place. And yeah, I think that's the house's structure pretty much. Oh, I messed around with this chimney, but I think I put it back the way it was. But yeah, I think this house's structure is pretty much done at this point. And then we'll work on landscaping a little bit. I bet. Yep. Okay, here comes the willow tree, which I put in the backyard there because it kind of overhangs the pool and the gazebo. It looks pretty cool. There's also some other trees, obviously. A lot of trees on this house. Some in the front, around the house, and around the corners of the lot and stuff. There's also a nice fountain in the middle of the circular driveway. I also use the natural pool's kind of colors. So like the pool in the backyard has like a more of a bright blue to it, and the pool, or the fountain, sorry, in the front yard has kind of like a more brownish color with some like flower petals in it, which I think looks pretty nice. They look like flower petals to me anyway. And right now we're beginning on landscaping, so like I said, we start the landscaping here, and then I finish it in the end of the video, which, you know, a little unorthodox, but, you know, just the way it happened. So you can see putting some bushes around the side of the house, some rocks, some other things of that nature. So, you know, looks pretty good. Little long grass, little bush, little thing, da-da-da, you know, it all looks very good and jolly. So, yeah, there's another tree just popping in, saying hello, and looking at the house from above for some reason. And also added like a little tiny overhang for the roof over the back door there, just so, you know, if it's raining, you're not going to get your head wet, possibly, or your Sims won't get their heads wet. But oh wait, there's no rain in the Sims 4, so never mind. So yeah, with the floor plan was a challenge. I kind of messed around with it a few times before I figure out what I want to do. I think I ended up switching the stairs to the other side before in the final house, but you know, I wasn't sure where the kitchen, and I know where I wanted the living room in the back, where the fireplace, the giant chimney is for the fireplace, and I know I wanted the kitchen to be, I don't know where I want the kitchen to be. I sorted it out though, so just a little bit of a struggle. Once I figure things out though, it works out pretty well. So yeah, this house ends up having 5 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, like I said at the beginning of the video, and a study, and it also has the greenhouse as well. So it's pretty nice, you know, pretty good, pretty fancy. There's the fireplace, and here's the hall. I was gonna put a hallway there, didn't happen though. That ends up being the dining room where the hallway is right now. So, you know, it just didn't work out. So yeah, and yeah, so it was just this challenge. This was actually one of the most challenging floor plans I've done recently. I don't know why. It's just kind of a weird shape for the house, and I just didn't know what to do. So anyway, the study ends up going in the front there. The dining room kind of goes, you know, kind of wherever. It's next to the greenhouse, and then the living room's in the back of the house. And this side of the house here, I'm putting the archways. One of those rooms is going to be a bedroom, and one of the rooms is going to be the kitchen. So it works out pretty well. Yeah, so there's the dining room, which is now that square room there. And yeah, so works out pretty well. It just was a challenge to get there. And there's the bedroom door and the bathroom door. So there you go. Beautiful. So upstairs, we have the other 4 bedrooms. So, you know, upstairs is a little easier. So you got a couple bedrooms there. Actually, that's a bedroom and a bathroom. And there's going to be another bedroom in the back. There you go. And, you know, just going to figure it out. There's some more ivy. Lovely. I gotta get plenty of ivy. Yeah, oh yeah, I put the ivy over the windows in some cases for privacy because some of the bathrooms have pretty large windows on them, so I put some ivy over the windows so it kind of acts like, you know, privacy, which I thought was pretty clever. You know, I'm a pretty smart person, obviously, you know, to think of putting ivy over windows. I don't know. Anyway, we have all the rooms together now. We have the floor plan is complete, which is exciting, and we're gonna put in some columns maybe. I don't think I do that. Oh, just adjusting the wall heights again, just deciding what I want to do there. And we're going to move into the furnishing, which is pretty exciting. So yeah, we're going to start with the entrance, of course, as you do. And going to get some lighting in, I believe. Yeah, it's hard to find chandeliers that don't hang too low when you're building with the lowest wall heights, because I find that a lot of light fixtures hang so low that in real life Sims would just like bang their heads right into the light fixtures, so I use those kind of smaller lights that don't hang so low. Yeah, because otherwise it just would be unfortunate. So, I mean, it wouldn't make a difference, but it just kind of looks weird, so, you know. Anyway, putting doors upstairs, and You can see I have a lovely stone flooring in the entrance. I'm actually putting a roof on right now, but there is a lovely stone flooring in the entrance, as I'm sure you saw. We'll probably go back there, hopefully. Oh, there's a little gate. Isn't that cute? Okay, we're going back inside. Okay, good. So here's the kitchen, which is, pretty spacious, and I kind of gave it a cozy feel, so I'm going to put in some nice floor-to-ceiling cabinets as well, and I kind of have this nice warm honey color cabinetry, and this floor, I quite like the flooring. It looks kind of old-fashioned to me, and the colors in it kind of warm up the space a bit, I guess, And there's all the cabinets in there, and I'm also going to put a little side table over here by the window just to put some more clutter items on, so it's going to be right there, and I'm going to put some stuff on it, and there's the tile walls, and I'm also going to have like a little sitting area, a little breakfast nook in the bay window, which is quite nice. So, to me that makes sense. You'd have the breakfast nook in the bay window, so you have the nice views out to the pool and all that kind of stuff, so it makes sense to me. And yeah, there's a dining table, and it's got 3 chairs in front of the large window. What kind of annoyed me is the curtains for the curved windows, like the arched windows, only are for like the higher heights, like the taller wall heights, so the taller windows, which means they don't fit on these smaller windows, which is kind of annoying. So I had to opt for these curtains, which I'm not a huge fan of, but they work, I guess. I'm not a big fan of the traditional styled curtains that are in the game. I wish there were more color options for them and kind of some more variation with them. I don't know. Guess I gotta deal with it. Looking at the house at night, I guess, and putting some outdoor lighting in, because why not? So got some nice fancy lights there. Those are pretty cool. And I put some in the back as well, gotta have plenty of outdoor lighting. And here's the entrance to the house, which has that nice flooring I was mentioning earlier. And a little lamp in the corner with a plant, of course. Plenty of plants, gotta make sure you get your plants. With The Sims 3 it's bookshelves, with The Sims 4 it's plants, you know how it is. So there's a little side table there by the stairs. Also a kind of really bold rug choice, which is gold and black, which I thought was pretty cool. Some may like it, some may hate it, who knows. Here's a little half bathroom by the front door, so you got a little sink, a toilet, some clutter items and decorative items and stuff, just to make it look nice. And I think that's pretty much it for that bathroom. And we're going to move on to the dining room now, which is right here. It's actually a pretty dark room because there's no windows that look out to the outside. I mean, there's those windows that look into the, whatever you call it, the sunroom, that's the word? The greenhouse sunroom, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, there's those windows there, but they're technically not outside windows. Like, they don't look directly to the outside, so the light doesn't really come through them. So it's a little dark in here, but it's okay, I guess. So anyway, that chandelier also has way too many lights on it. I removed some of them because it just looks kind of silly, so, don't worry about that. And also some other furniture in here. We have the china cabinet and the side table and a nice little lamp, and I'm putting in some details. A lot of plants in here, especially for a room that doesn't have much lighting in it. A lot of plants, but you know me. Anyway, we're moving on to the living room now, which has a very nice view outside, also a very large fireplace, and it's pretty fancy looking. Also going to put some stone behind the fireplace as well, kind of as an accent. And there's the leather couch. There's 3 couches, really 2 love seats and 1 couch if you want to be precise. And there's the stone on the wall, and the nice flat screen TV, and some fancy trim topiaries there on either side of the fireplace. And there's also a nice bookshelf there behind the couch, and I quite like it. I mean, it's a cozy looking room, and it's also pretty spacious too. I think it's the biggest room in the house probably, and it's a nice looking room. It just looks cozy. I mean, you have the big curtains and the fancy furniture, and it just looks really classy. Anyway, some nice side tables with lamps and stuff, and some details on the coffee table. And yeah, so I'm just gonna put in, I think that's actually it. Yeah, so anyway, that's done. Now we're moving on to the sunroom / greenhouse. It's really more of a greenhouse. I mean, it's got a bunch of planters in it and some other plants. I think that's pretty much it, just plants really. So I mean, your Sims can garden in here, which is pretty nice because it's indoors. So they don't have to venture outside and be seen, because that would be horrible, obviously. So it's all indoors, pretty fancy. And we're moving on now to the guest bedroom. It's the first guest bedroom. It's on the first floor. It's the green bedroom, as I call it, sometimes, or not really ever. Yeah, so it's basically green, like I said. It's got the green walls, green lamps, It also has a green love seat in it, which is pretty cool, I suppose, if you like green love seats. It's also going to be a yellow bedroom and a blue bedroom and an orange bedroom. And then the master bedroom is kind of purple and white, so, you know, that's all the color schemes of the bedrooms if you're interested. Yeah, this is the green one, so I quite like it. It has the nicest bathroom in the house as an ensuite, so this bedroom you could totally use as a master if you want to, although the master bedroom I have upstairs is I think a bit bigger, so that's why I chose it as the master, but this could totally be the master, especially since the bathroom is pretty nice. I really like the bathroom. It has a shower, sink, toilet, and also the tub is just kind of there surrounded by windows, which I think looks really cool. You know, I also put some shades on the windows, so don't worry. I know there's a large windows, so it's okay. Not that it really matters anyway. But yeah, I discovered these really nice kind of curtain things that go on the windows. Those right there. I use them in the master bedroom too. They look really good, actually. You know, because you'd imagine they'd fold down and like cover the window, like sheets of fabric, kind of. I think it looks nice. Anyway, that's done. Now moving on to the study, which has a red color scheme, and putting in some bookshelves. Of course, gotta have plenty of bookshelves in a study, and I also have a nice computer desk, and I believe a art easel and a guitar. So you know, and also a chess table. So you know, all the usual, you know, activities, extracurricular activities Sims could do, I suppose. You know, other things besides just their normal lives or careers, you know, just like skill building activities. That's what it is. So it's the skill building room / study, if you want to call it that. I also go with a nice white rug. I was going to do the red and gold, but I decided against it because I thought it was a little bit too much. So with a nice clean white rug. Anyway, that's done. Now we're moving on to the hallway upstairs, which is pretty nondescript. It's got, you know, basically nothing in it besides a little side table and I think a painting somewhere, but otherwise, there's nothing too fancy about it. It's, painting, yellow painting. That's it. It's not too fancy. Yeah, so we're going to work on the blue bedroom first, I believe. There's a fireplace in the master bedroom. And then I believe I put the blue bedroom in, so we'll see in a moment. Oh, no, I do the bathroom. Then I do the blue bedroom. Sorry. So, yeah, this has a little hall bathroom here, which is pretty decent, I suppose. It's got the tub shower combination. You got the sink, the toilet, little details. Pretty good looking. Nothing too fancy though. Got little curtains there, and that's pretty much that. Done. So yeah, there you go. Bathroom. Yay. Yay for bathrooms. And now we get to move on to the blue bedroom, which is here. It's got that Van Gogh painting, Starry Night, on the bedspread, which is pretty nice. And very nice light blue walls as well, and the kind of nice light gray carpeting. It's a very calming room. And it's also got a little bookshelf, which you'll see I put in later, and a little sitting area by the bay window, which I think is pretty nice. It also has a pretty nice ensuite as well, which has a closet in it, which is quite fancy. And there's the chairs. I actually really like those chairs. I don't think I've ever used them before, but they look pretty good, so I'll have to use them some more. And there's the classic curtains I'm not a huge fan of, and there's a little bookshelf and a little rug and a little lamp. It's a pretty cozy little room, you know. And I think it makes a pretty nice guest bedroom, so putting some stuff in, I'll put a painting there next to the bookshelf, and I believe that's that. So here's the ensuite bathroom, which you can see has some large windows in it, but of course there's ivy covering them, so don't worry. There's also some curtains on them. And yeah, it's a pretty nice bathroom. You got the sink, toilet, shower, and the closet, so that's pretty fancy. Yeah, so nice closet. So we're gonna move on now to the light yellow bedroom. So this is pretty fancy. I say that with every room in this house, don't I? I should stop saying that. I get one word in my mind and then I use it way too much because I don't really know what to say, so slight problem, but I'll work on it. Like, I'm never going to forget that one video I did where I said cool in almost every sentence. That was unfortunate, but anyway, I'll try not to say fancy again for this video. I'll say classy. This bedroom's a pretty classy bedroom, you know? It's got that light yellow color scheme. It's got the little chair and stuff, and you know, it's a pretty nice bedroom. I mean, there's not much to say about it. It looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with it, you know. It's a bedroom. Your Sims will probably like it. They probably don't care, so, you know, it is what it is. There you go. Bedroom done. Yay. Yippee. We're moving on out of the master by the looks of things. So this is the, got the nice purple color scheme going on. So you have the bedspread, which is purple. Also going to be a purple love seat in it. Also the yellow on the whatever you call those things, you know, the things that go on nightstands and light up, you know, lamps, those things. Yeah, that's the word I was trying to think of. Yeah, the yellow lamps, I think, goes really well with the purple bedspread. I mean, I actually really like those lamps. I'm gonna have to use the yellow color a bit more because it looks pretty good. Anyway, got those his and hers dressers, or his and his dressers, or hers and hers dressers, depending if you want to be politically correct. 2 dressers, I'll say that. One for one for each person. And you have the nice dresser there. Not dresser, I'm sorry. It's an end table there at the end of the bed. And there's a little love seat going to be going in here by the fireplace. There it is. And it goes in a purple color as well. And you got the fancy rug, which is white. And yeah, so it's got the nice white and purple color scheme. Or the walls are like a soft kind of lavender color, which I thought was pretty nice. And here's the master bathroom, which is a okay bathroom. It's not as nice as the ensuite of the bedroom downstairs. It's not as nice as the green bedroom ensuite, but it gets the job done. You got the dual sinks, you got the shower, you got the toilet, and you got the tub. Sims probably don't really care how fancy the bathroom is, so I'm sure they'll be more than happy with this bathroom. It's really probably you who cares. You so selfish. Just kidding. Why did I say that? That was stupid. Anyway, that's the master bathroom. Moving on now to the kids' room, which is the red/orange bedroom, which, it's a pretty nice little kids' room. I always save the smallest bedrooms for the kids' rooms because that's just the way it kind of works out. And got a nice little dresser, a mirror. I've also put a bunch of posters on the walls as usual. And yeah, it looks pretty good. I like the wall color quite a bit. I should use that color more often. It's kind of got a nice bold pop to it. And there's the posters. That's another giant poster there. And a little painting over the dresser, a little orange rug, and some curtains. So pretty simple bedroom. Nice little kids room. And that's that. So now we're going to move on to the exterior and finish up the landscaping and all that good stuff, which is pretty exciting. So, oh yeah, here's where I changed the color of the eaves of the roof. So you can see I put this kind of wood paneling there, which the color of the stucco on that is slightly different than the white on the rest of the house, but it looks okay. And I quite like the wood bits in there, which kind of adds a bit more detail. So that's why I ended up going with it. Looks pretty good. Here I'm just putting a bunch of plants. The landscaping turns out really nicely. There's quite a lot of lot to it. There's a lot of plants going into this house, and see, just kind of nice and lush and filled in. I'm also going to put some here around the gazebo, of course, and I'll put some pathways. I kind of really like the pathways that kind of just roam around the backyard, so you'll see that. Here's the pool patio. I'm beginning on the pool patio, which kind of wraps around the pool, and it looks pretty good. I really wish we had lounge chairs in The Sims 4. We don't. I don't think we do. I don't know. I don't have all the stuff packs, but I'm fairly certain there are no lounge chairs, because I think I would have heard about it if there were. And, it's like, I feel like lounge chairs would have been perfect thing to come with spa day, because it seems like, you'd be lounging at a spa or something by a pool. I don't know. It just seemed like a major omission to me, but I just had to deal with it. I had to make do with putting a bench next to the pool, which is kind of depressing, but, I guess that's just what you have to do. Putting some more plants around the house, looks pretty good. I love that chimney. Looks really amazing. You'll see the screenshots at the end. I kind of have the back of the house that kind of focuses on that chimney, which you'll see. It looks really cool. I like it a lot. And here I'm just putting some plants down by the greenhouse. I saw that / sunroom. And putting some more plants, under the trees and stuff. A little blue / purpley flowers on either side of the gate entrances, which I think look pretty nice. And here's the central kind of area, which I put a bunch of plants around. Kind of have those large planters with the blue flowers in them, which looks pretty nice. That kind of like anchors the little fountain in the middle. And yeah, so I'm just putting some more plants around the trees in the backyard and stuff, just to kind of finish it off. And I'm going to put the car in now, just making sure it looks a decent scale size. And I'll put some plants around the front of the driveway there, around the top of the driveway. And here we're going to do the traditional dirt terrain painting, of course. It always comes down to that at the end. So I'm just going to put some of that around the place. Always, it's that dirt terrain paint that makes or breaks the landscape. It just looks so much better with it. So that's why I always do it. Anyway, we're about a minute away from finishing the building part. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you'd check out my channel. I have loads more house builds there. And if you enjoy my content, please consider clicking that subscribe button. And there's also some screenshots coming up after this. I hope you stick around for those. And yeah, so here I'm just putting in some outdoor furniture. Got like a little grill, a little bench here. There's also a dining table on the back patio. And as always, we're going to finish up with some outdoor lighting. So I got some floor lights in the pool. and some nice little outdoor lighting around the landscaping, around like where the doors of the house are, just kind of just in the landscape lighting. And I also put a little pool ladder, and yeah. So anyway, we're pretty much done here. Doing the finishing touches, which include mailbox and trash can, always that way, isn't it? And yeah, a little bit of terrain paint here, a little bit of terrain paint there. All the little bits and bobs that need to be done. And all looks quite good. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Bye!